All right, today we're dealing with the challenges of this hurricane that's hitting the entire southeast. It's coming up even into Tennessee where we live. The problem that we're having has to do with our chickens and our chicken tractors, our meat chickens specifically. Oh, our laying hens are just fine, but we have to take care of this really quickly. I've already started dealing with this when the rain was coming down super heavy and I couldn't film too much. So now that the rain has stopped, I want to bring you along with me to show you how we're trying to deal with this massive problem that we're having. Fortunately for us, we're not in one of those areas that is being just decimated by flooding. We're a little bit more in the hills and we live on a hill, so we don't really have to deal with that too much, but we're praying for those who have to go through it. For us, we're having to deal with massive amounts of rain that's just saturating the soil and no more water can get sucked up. Right now is a tiny bit calm, but we have lots of rain, lots of wind, and this is all causing so many problems when it comes to the Cornish Cross chickens inside of the chicken tractors. We haven't lost any and they're doing fine, but they're just living in really muddy conditions right now, and I want to do everything I can to get them off of this mud to keep them as healthy as possible despite the conditions that we have. This is the muddy ground where they're going to be moved to next, and there's just nothing I can do about it. It's super muddy. And this rain is expected to go 3 to 4 more days. And this is the biggest reason why I need to get them over to a better area. With all this wind and the rain, I'm afraid for them and I don't want anything to happen to them. So we're gonna get them over to a lot better of a place. Because even though these birds are essentially being raised for food, we still care about them so much. And they're living beings that we want to care for just like we would any of our other animals, even though they're going to end up being processed. So we're going to move the chickens inside of here. We normally wouldn't do this unless it was going to be extremely windy, which we didn't totally expect when it came to this storm here. It's been windy, but not enough for those chicken tractors to be blown away. The thing that we've had to deal with the most, though, is just the so much amount of rain that has just been coming and coming and coming and coming. And it hasn't been super terrible downpours. Sometimes it has been, but not consistent downpours. It's just been consistent rain. This is one of the first let-ups that we've really had. Gratefully, we have a foresty area and there's enough room inside of here for me to get those 4 chicken tractors inside of here. Now, to keep them off of the ground and up and out of the water, what we're doing is taking a bunch of wood chips like this. This is all should be for my garden to raise the soil up, which I talked about in my last video. But what we're doing here is forget the garden right now. I want to save the chickens. I'm going to take all of these wood shavings, put them down in here. I'm going to take those chicken tractors, set them down on top of all the wood inside of the covered area, which gets a lot less rain and wind, and deal with them from here. The nice thing about this is it's probably also going to add a lot of nitrogen to these wood chips, which can eventually make them break down a lot quicker. And I can either use them back into my garden or just let them be here because I've been wanting to put wood chips here anyway. It's just not going to the ultimate goal of building up soil in the garden. Here we go. Let's get started before that rain starts and get these chickens into a better spot. So this process has been pretty difficult. The rain has stopped for now, it's coming back, but it's so muddy that our tractor keeps getting stuck. Luckily we have 4-wheel drive because this would be much harder. Just look at the inside of here. This is pretty much it though. It looks really great. It's going to be awesome for those chickens. And what we're gonna do is just get a few more loads in here, get it leveled out so that those chicken tractors sit straight on the ground, and then we'll bring everybody over here. Hopefully that goes well. You can see the dogs are loving it, that's for sure. All right, we've been pretty lucky with the rain stopping throughout this process. You can see it's not over yet. The rain is still coming. We got that inside spot fully covered and it is full of wood chips. Now the goal is to work on getting all the chickens over into that area and those chicken tractors. Hopefully we could do this before the storm really starts to come back. So we're not technically in the eye of the storm yet. I think the whole storm is coming here to central Tennessee. We've been getting the offshoots, the wide area of it so far, and well, it's gonna come to us and stay here for the next, I think they were expecting today's Sunday, well, today's Saturday. It's supposed to be here until Monday, so yes, it definitely needs to get done right now. And now for a quick word from our sponsor. Do you ever get tired of picking your own crops? Well, no worry, introducing Cow in the Garden. She'll trample your tomato plants. She'll even fertilize your lettuce in ways that you never expected, and leave footprints in your raised garden beds, leaving the perfect size hole to plant next year's crops. What about that strawberry plant, you say? Nobody cares about strawberries. Well, while she walks through our beautiful flower garden, we'll just take today to thank her for showing up. Thank you, Cow in the Garden. Link down in the comments to get yours today. And if for some crazy reason Cow in the Garden isn't your thing, be sure to shut all gates, especially into your garden. So we've got them all inside of these trash cans because they can't jump out. It makes it a lot easier. These trash cans were never used for trash, by the way. They were only used for feed, and I tipped them over on their sides during the heaviest downpour and the heaviest winds that we had so that they had somewhere to go and get out of the rain into the shelter. So we're gonna reuse these right now to get them over there, and then we're gonna get them into their better spots. And now we have to do that one more time. But I have a way better way to move it this time. Much easier, isn't it? Just kidding, that was just as hard. And we're done. I just have to put the canvas back onto the top. This is where we're at today, and I needed to finish this before the rain started to come. I thought it was gonna rain this entire time. We got sprayed on a whole bunch, but it was just sideways misty rain, and luckily it didn't come down as hard as it has been. I don't think we're done with this storm though. That's why I'm really glad that we moved them into here. I knew that here in Middle Tennessee we were going to get some of the rain, but I did not know it was going to be like this and for this long. We're going on almost 48 hours of pure rain, and it has been so muddy and so difficult to deal with. All right, next day here, and it rained so much more last night. I couldn't even come out and film this video until now because it's just been raining so much. Luckily, look at the skies. Might be clearing up. I don't think so. I think we're gonna get a little bit more rain. But look how muddy it got. Pretty bad. So I think we made the right decision moving them back inside of here. Let me go show you them to show you how much more comfortable they are inside of there than they would have been ever outside. Here they are. And we've got them covered. Just because it did rain last night, even though they're under the trees, we really wanted to make sure that they were covered. And it's dry. And just in case this lasts 2 more days, 3 more days, I can move them around inside of here so that they're not getting too muddy underneath. Or I can even put more wood chips underneath them. But that's it, we did it. I'm so glad that I was able to save them. And thank you for staying with me for this video. I know it was a little bit different. Phones were even wiped out from this big hurricane. So I could just be really thankful that this is really all that we've had to deal with. The hassle of moving those chickens out of the rain, in the rain and in the storm. Well, I just really appreciate you all being here and staying till the end of the video. And if you want to support us and our farm in any way, just make sure to like and subscribe. Watch all the ads till the end and watch one of my next videos somewhere around here. See you later.